chop up. So big job by the Padres. They're up 13-0. Unbelievable. See what the Reds can do. They're in the ninth. Bench, ground ball, right to Veras. That's one. There's Boone. Boone, floater, right to Gomez. 2 outs. And now Ben McPhee. Oh my god, he just had to do that. Unbelievable. He just did that. Kevin Brown was so close. What a minute. Unbelievable. I'm just stunned. Stunned. Here's Morgan. Strike three, game over. Brown with a 5 strikeouts. Kevin Brown with a great game. He throws a 1-hit shutout. And finally, he wins a game this season. He drops his ERA down to 3.57. Unbelievable. 1 hit. He strikes out 5 with no walks. Unbelievable. McPhee, the only guy to get a hit off of him. Meanwhile, the Padres had 2 doubles, a triple, and a pair of round trippers. Caminiti his 5th, Vaughn his 9th. Going deep. So, yeah, 5 different Padres with RBIs. Joyner, Vaughn, Caminiti, Hernandez, and Rivera. Oh, no, sorry. What am I doing? I'm looking at the wrong column. Vaughn with 4 RBIs, Caminiti with 4, Gomez with 3, Hernandez with 2. And the RBI total. Brown did his job. What a job. 3.57 ERA. Cueto did not do his job in the bullpen. Did not. The whole thing is a little off. I don't know why the initial camera is like on deck circle. All that. Sorry about that. Anyway, Jeff Francis, Canadian from Vancouver, 4-11. After 2 less than pleasant seasons, he's not done well. He was 6 in losses. He takes on Dan Driesen, the DH, who needs to have his face changed. And from Hilton Head. Yeah, I don't know why Driesen is that way. Both teams are in last place in their divisions. The 07 Rockies are trying to win the season series. Let's see what Jeff Francis does. 11 hits per 9 innings. Driesen smokes at the center. Caught. Bank of America and Molson Canadian sponsoring today's game. Pete Rose, Charlie Hustle. He is cold, but with Jeff Francis and his hitting prowess, they needed to put him in. And a 5-3 put out there, 2 down. Joe Morgan. Morgan to right, and a catch. Johnny Bench, the leading catcher of the 70s in the NL, hits, fly ball to left, and is that Holiday in left field? I think so. Yep, he makes the catch. Here's Tony Perez. All for it. Mitsu Takahashi, he's usually a catcher, but they've got some tired players. Ozzie Blues tired, Dave Concepcion's tired, George Foster and Ken Griffey Sr. tired, and Pedro Chacon has been struggling. So they needed to do something. So Takahashi moved to third base. He has played third base in Nihon, so that's why he said he could play third base. This could be out at first. I'm actually surprised he didn't go to second to get Perez. Here's Alberto Lugo in right field. Got it for third. Nice job by Francis. 1-0 for the Rockies. Colorado, well, they've had their problems. Matsui, Tavares, and Spielbergs all need rest too. A lot of people said this game has been watered down. Well, they are in last place, these guys. So it's like, who cares? You might as well just get some at-bats when you can. Fly ball to the left, nice catch. Here's Armbrister. 1 for 9 coming in for Cole Chacon. Brister, the second, throw the first, out. It's 2. Here comes Driesen. Driesen smacks at the center. This looks catchable. It is catchable, boy. With fourth, and here comes Pete Rose. Rose. Liner right to Bruno. Incredible catch. No, he just made a reaction play. Joey Morgan. Pepper for the first. 2 outs. Bench. Floater, but it looks catchable by Bruno. And Francis has done pretty well for himself. Perez. Perez goes to the center. Nice catch by Baker. 1 out. There's Takahashi. Takahashi floats it to right field. Oh, that's 2 down. Yeah, I know. Coors Field doesn't really have the best seating thing. Here's Lugo. It's at the second and a nice job. So Francis looking pretty good through 5 innings. Flynn. Nope. That's going nowhere. Nice catch by Elba. 1 down. Here's Armbrister. Ball 4. Oof. That's the second walk. Here's Dreesen. Chopper. They'll go second for 1. First big double play. 163 Money in the Bank catching. Didn't think that was possible. At least the lead runner would have been retired. Ornelas went deep. It's 6-0 Rockies. On to the 7th. And here comes Rose. Rose. Too short. They gotta go quickly. They do. Nice drop by Tulo. 1 hopper, 1 out. Here's our Morgan. Did it go? Ball 4. Oof. Did not go around. Here's Bench. Runner goes. They will not get it. Morgan's got his 35th stolen base. Here's Bench. Got him. Big job on the fastball. 89 on the gun. Strike 3. And here comes Perez. Perez golfs at the center, but that is going to be in the glove of Baker. 6-0. Here's Takahashi. Takahashi hits it, but too short. Tulo easily throws the first. That's an out. Here comes Lugo. Back to attack. Tulo the first. Is he out? It's off the mark. Oh, it's an E6. Okay, here's Flynn. Flynn goes at the center, but it will be cut by Baker. 2 down for Armbrister. All 4. Francis walking a lot of people. Dreesen pops up in an infield. Second base. And a nice play by Bruno. Well, that's going to be cut by Lugo. Call your friends, call your neighbors, because something could happen here in the 9th. Pete Rose is due up. Rose golfs at the left. This will be caught by Holiday. 1 down for Joe Morgan. Morgan flips at the left. Will it land? Sliding play by Matt Holiday. Makes the catch. 2 down. Let's take a look at the Super Stats replay. That's a 4-star play. That was falling fast. That one was foul. And now Johnny Bench, the last hope. Pitch on the way. Bench golfs it to right. This is gonna do it! Can you believe it? It has never happened on OTP Legends League TV. It has never happened. It has happened. It's a no-hitter on the OTP Legends League Game of the Day. I never thought I would see this day. I never thought of this. And especially with how terrible Francis was. 4-11 coming into today's game. Unreal. This is GOTY, Game of the Year. There's a reason why I think it's Game of the Year. Unreal. I never thought that could happen. I never thought it could happen. I mean, and you're thinking, oh, the 75 Reds had cream puffs. Do you call Pete Rose a cream puff? Do you call Joe Morgan a cream puff? Do you call Johnny Bench a cream puff? Do you dare call Tony Perez a cream puff? Or even Dan Dreesen? Well, look at the top 5. Well, so 27 at-bats by the Reds. 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, 8 left on base. Well, 3 of them by Driessen. Yeah, 4 walks. Well, he only whipped 2 people, Bench and Lugo. Armbruster took 2 walks. Perez and Morgan took walks too. Driessen grounded a double play. 4 people left on base. The Rockies, well, Halladay and Ornelas went deep. Every Rocky except for Baker got a hit. Baker would have probably been pinch hit for, but they need his defense, and especially with the fact that Francis was throwing a no. If he was not throwing a no hitter, if he probably gave up 1 or 2 hits, I think Baker definitely would have been replaced. Yeah, they would have replaced Baker on the bench. The 2007 Rockies probably would have put. I probably would have put Willie Tavares, or even Willie Tavares should have hit because he could play center field. But Baker has had some great plays. Unreal. Tulo did make an error. Takahashi made 2 errors, and then the double play. Jeff Francis goes to 5-11. His ERA dips to 5.48. Gullett couldn't do anything. Eastwood gave up the home run, and then Scott Williamson did well in 2 1/3 innings of relief. Jeff Francis, his game score 85. He faced 31 batters, 4 above the minimum, and that was 4 walks. He got 16 flyouts, 8 groundouts, 2 strikeouts. What was that number 27? Yeah, wait. If he got 16 people on a flyout and 8 on a groundout, is 1 on a lineout? Because he had 2 strikeouts, that's 26 outs. And only 10,900 fans braved this game. We have to look at the game log. We have to fucking look at the game log. And yes, we will. I will make sure I record the whole replay for prosperity. Game log. All right, so the 75 Reds. Driessen took a 2-1 pitch and flew out. P. Rose grounded out on the first pitch, and Morgan on a 2-1 pitch flew out. Top of the second, Bench on a 1-2 pitch flew out to the left. Tony Perez took 4 straight balls. Takahashi grounded out 5-3, so that Perez went to second base on a 1-1 pitch. On a payoff pitch, Lugo struck out looking. Top of the third, Doug Flynn flew out on the first pitch. Armbruster on the first pitch grounded out. Dan Driessen on a 1-2 pitch flew out. And in the fourth, Rose on a 1-0 pitch flew out. Morgan 0-2 pitch grounded out. Johnny Bench on a 1-2 pitch flew out. And in the fifth, Perez on a 0-1 pitch flew out. Takahashi on a 1-2 pitch flew out. And Lugo on a 1-1 pitch grounded out. In the top of the sixth, Flynn flew out F2 on the first pitch. Armbruster walked on a 3-1 pitch. Driessen on a 2-0 pitch grounded into the double play that ended the sixth. In the seventh, Rose on a 1-2 pitch grounded out. Morgan took 4 straight balls. Bench on a 1-2 pitch struck out looking, and then Perez on a 2-0 pitch flew out. In the top of the eighth, Takahashi grounded out on the first pitch. Lugo reached on an E6 by Tulo. Flynn on a 1 pitch flew out. Armbruster took a walk on 5 pitches, and then Driessen came in on a 2-2 pitch and flew out. And in the top of the ninth, Rose flew out on an 0 pitch. Morgan took a lot of pitches. On a 2-2 pitch, he flew out, and then Bench on the second pitch flew out. And that was it. The 75 Reds, of course, they had Bluge, Concepcion, Foster, and Griffey Sr. There was no way, well, then Nunemaker, Henderson, and Chacon, but yeah, there was no effing way. Like, if it went to, like, Takahashi downwards, they had, like, George Foster. George Foster would have been a good pitch. Ken Griffey Sr. would have been a good move, but because of their fatigue and all that, this is like one of the greatest replays of all time.